Hi, this is Jonathan Perkins of Jonathan Perkins Injury Lawyers in Connecticut. I wanted to talk to you today about the top 4 reasons why we might not be able to take your case if you give us a call or email us. The first reason would be if there is not a pool of money from which we can recover for you. In other words, if there's no insurance and the prospective defendant doesn't have any assets to speak of, then we're not going to be able to recover money, as they say, from a stone, and in that case there's no point in us pursuing a claim for you if we're not going to be able to recover for you. The second reason would be if the incident or the accident which caused you to be injured was your fault. All right? If it's clearly your fault, in a personal injury claim we have to prove that somebody else injured you, and that's the person or the entity from which we want to recover money. If it was not that person or entity's fault and it was yours that caused you to be injured, then we're not going to be able to pursue that claim. The third reason why we might not be able to take your case is if the injury which you suffered is not significant enough. So that if the only injury you have is maybe you're walking down the street and you stubbed your toe on some kind of obstacle, that claim may be worth a couple $100, $300, $400. But it's not a significant enough injury if you've stubbed your toe, for example, for us to make a claim, because there's a fair amount of work involved, and if the only recovery is a very small possible recovery, then that's not going to make sense. The fourth reason why we might not be able to take your case is if the injury that you've suffered was not as a result of the incident that was somebody else's fault. So, and that's called causation in the law. In many cases are defended on that basis. And so the example I'd give you is if, let's say I'm walking down the street in New York City and Donald Trump comes up to me and punches me in the nose, and I've never met him before. He has no reason for doing that. Now, that's liability. It's his fault. He's not supposed to do that under the law. So that's a good claim on liability. He's a wealthy individual, so he likely has substantial assets from which we can look to recover for you, or for myself in this example. But let's say that I bring a claim and I say, A, you punched me in the nose, you weren't supposed to. B, I suffered a bleeding nose, and that I also have a broken leg. And in fact, it turns out that the broken leg was from an accident I had the day after when a car ran into me. Now, it's true that he's not supposed to punch me in the nose. It's true my nose was bleeding. It's true I have a broken leg. But the missing element there is what's called causation. So what happened to me was not the cause of my injury. So those are the 4 main reasons why we might not be able to take a case. This is Jonathan Perkins of Jonathan Perkins Injury Lawyers.